Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now. If you're watching this, you already know that the NFL is never short of surprises, and right now, the buzz around the league is centered on a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the NFC North. And not just for this season, but for years to come. Rumors are swirling that the Los Angeles Rams, currently sitting at a 3-4 record, are planning a bold move that might send shockwaves through the league. The key player involved? Puka Nacua, the young, explosive wide receiver who's been making waves this season. But more than that, this trade could be a strategic move for the Rams to rebuild, shed salary cap space, and maybe lay the groundwork for a future comeback. And what does that mean for the Green Bay Packers? Well, it could be a game changer, a move that propels them even closer to their Super Bowl aspirations. Let's break it down. The Rams are reportedly looking to trade Puka Nacua to the Packers in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2025. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just a minor swap. It's a significant move that signals serious intentions from Los Angeles. The Rams, who have been struggling on offense and defense, are clearly in a rebuild mode. Their defense, which is giving up an average of 8 points per game, has been a weak link, and the offense has been inconsistent under Matthew Stafford. Stafford's QBR has declined, and their offensive line has been porous, allowing an average of 3-7 sacks per game. They're in need of draft picks to bolster their secondary, especially after extending Cooper Kupp's contract, which weighs heavily on their cap. The trade of Nacua, who is on a contract worth $45 million with a $16 million cap hit in 2026, would free up about $14 million in cap space for the Rams, allowing them to target younger players and rebuild through the draft. Now, let's focus on Puka Nacua, because this is where the story gets really exciting for the Packers. Nacua, just 24 years old, is an explosive wide receiver with a frame of 62 and 212 pounds. His PFF grade for this season is an impressive 94, which is among the best in the league. Since the start of 2025 until October 25th, he's caught 32 passes for 512 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's an average of 16 yards per reception, and he's been a key weapon for the Rams, especially in play-action scenarios, where he's been able to escape coverage and make big plays. His average yards after catch, or YAC, is 7.4 yards, and he's forcing around 2 tackles lost per game, which shows just how dynamic and elusive he's been with the ball in his hands. What makes Nacua an even more attractive target for the Packers is his ability to outperform expectations. Despite a shoulder injury that limited him to just 68% of snaps in Week 3, he bounced back in Week 7 with a massive game against the Seahawks, 142 yards receiving, showcasing his resilience and potential. His career stats are impressive. Over 800 yards receiving and 22 touchdowns, with a catch rate of 88% and only 38% drops. He's currently leading the NFL in receiving yards in 2025, and his ability to separate from defenders is top tier, ranking in the top 4 in separation at 3.5 yards. Against man coverage, he's been successful 92% of the time, making him a nightmare for defenders and a perfect complement to the Packers' existing receiving core. Now imagine a trio of Nacua, Watson, who's currently on the physically unable to perform list due to a knee injury, and Reed, who's already proven to be a reliable target. This combination could elevate the Packers' aerial attack to new heights. Love's quarterback rating of 92.4 in 2025 would benefit immensely from such weapons, with an expected increase of approximately 16% in EPA per pass attempt. The Packers would see their passing game go from an average of 8 yards per reception to around 5 yards, creating more explosive plays and mismatches downfield. This would also open up more opportunities in third and long situations, where they currently struggle a bit, by about 21%. The run game with Jones, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, would also see a boost, as defenses can't stack the box knowing that the Packers have multiple vertical threats. But the potential trade doesn't just hinge on adding a talented receiver. It's about strategic positioning for the future. The Packers, with a cap space of around $11 million at the deadline on November 4th, are in a prime position to make this move. They could acquire Nacua and immediately bolster their offense, making them a legitimate contender in the NFC. Especially considering the current playoff odds, initially at +7-0, now down to around +3,500. Adding a player like Nacua could push the Packers into the upper echelon of NFC teams, especially with their strong defense and improved offensive line. They've been showing resilience all season, bouncing back from setbacks and maintaining a solid record of 5-2, putting them right in the thick of the playoff hunt. This move could be the catalyst they need to make a deep run, maybe even reaching a Super Bowl again. Looking at the bigger picture, this move is reminiscent of past trades that defined NFL dynasties. Just think about how trades and acquisitions have historically propelled teams to Super Bowl glory. The Packers, with their rich history of success, are now on the cusp of another golden era if they play their cards right. Adding Nacua could be the piece that completes their puzzle, an explosive, reliable target who can stretch defenses and create mismatches. The impact on their offense would be immediate, with the potential to stretch defenses like never before. For Love, having a receiver who can generate big plays and keep defenses honest is invaluable. It's a move that could propel them from a good team to a great one, especially as they face some of the tougher defenses in the NFC in the coming weeks. Now, of course, there's skepticism. The Rams are in a slow rebuild, and trading Nacua, who has shown flashes of being a star, might seem risky. But they're clearly prioritizing future draft picks and cap flexibility, and this trade aligns perfectly with that strategy. The Rams are aiming for a fresh start, and acquiring a first-round pick in 2026 gives them a valuable asset to rebuild around in the coming years. For the Packers, this is about seizing an opportunity, adding a dynamic playmaker who can change games and elevate their entire offense. The chemistry between Nacua and the quarterback could be instant and explosive, much like some of the best duos in recent NFL history. And let's not forget, the NFL is all about matchups and big moments, and Nacua has shown he can deliver in those situations. As we look ahead to the playoffs, the conversation around the Packers shifts. With Nacua in the fold, their odds to make a deep postseason run increase significantly. The Super Bowl odds shifting from +7-0 to +3,500 reflect the confidence that the betting markets are placing on this team, especially if they can add that extra spark on offense. This trade, or even just the speculation of it, has energized the fan base and added a new layer of excitement. The Packers have been building steadily, and now, with the potential addition of Nacua, they could be on the brink of something truly special. The NFC is wide open, and if they manage to execute this move, they could be the team that surprises everyone and makes that final push towards Super Bowl glory. And what about the division? Well, a move like this could send shockwaves through the NFC North. The Vikings and Lions are formidable opponents, but if the Packers can augment their offense with a player like Nacua, they could gain a critical edge. It's about consistency, explosiveness, and making defenses respect every part of the field. Aaron Rodgers' departure has left a hole in Green Bay's offense, but with young talents like Watson and Nacua, when he returns, they could be reestablishing their identity as an offensive powerhouse. This could be the start of a new chapter, one where the Packers reclaim their place at the top of the NFC. So in conclusion, what we're seeing here is more than just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could define the Packers' season and beyond. The potential acquisition of Puka Nacua is a game changer, bringing speed, explosiveness, and a fresh dynamic to an already talented team. It's about more than just a single player. It's about setting the tone for a new era of Green Bay football, one that aims for greatness, for chasing more Super Bowls, and for cementing their legacy once again. As fans, we should stay tuned because this story is far from over. The NFL is unpredictable, and sometimes one trade or one big signing can alter everything. The Green Bay Packers are positioning themselves for that kind of impact, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.